that's good. It's perfect. Yeah, there's a bunch of people here. So that's good. Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, how's it going? You gonna ask a question?
We've heard that even on the morning of your Academy Award nomination, you wouldn't miss your Keats, Shelley, and Byron class at Yale. If you were going to have us know one passage or stanza or line from any one of them, what would it be?
Oh God.
Could you read or recite one for us?
Oh my goodness.
Man, how old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
Got swagger.
Thanks, man. How did you describe films again? You said they're weapons of mass.
I look at weapons of films to me are like weapons of mass construction. You know, you drop a bomb on somebody, you kill them, right? But you show somebody a film, and they're changed forever.
Now, some people would say 12 and 13-year-olds are the most threatening human beings on the planet, but when they approach you quietly, calmly, with eye contact, with sincere respect and hello, we're on the way. My name's John, and I teach at Santa Barbara Middle School. The thing I most love about what I do, I get to see the world through the eyes of kids. I think there's a difference between the way kids learn and teaching. We're instant gratification people and in education as well, and we tend to want to know what the kids learn today, what the kids learn this week. But I hope that whether I'm teaching history or teaching journalism, that kids leave my class knowing that every human being deserves respect. What is Teen Press? Teen Press is a complete accident. I saw that there were stories coming to our town, Santa Barbara, that were film stories in a film festival. So let's go see if we can go cover it as journalists.
I'm David Teton-Landis, and I'm a faculty member at Santa Barbara Middle School.
I said, hey, David, you want to cover the film festival? Oh, well, okay, what are we gonna do? I don't know what we're gonna do, but let's see what happens. I had to come up with a name. I remember sitting in the room going, we gotta call ourselves something, you guys. What are we gonna call ourselves, So we came up with all these different names. Well, how about Teen Press? Okay, Teen Press. So we became the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press. And we walked into the press office, 12 and 13-year-olds, and everyone was completely spooked.
Tonight, we're going to be reporting from the red carpet on John Travolta, who is receiving the Kirk Douglas Award. Who else is coming, Charlie?
Well, we believe that John Travolta will definitely be here, and Kirk Douglas and John Cleese, who are very famous actors. So we'll be looking forward to seeing them and maybe interviewing them.
Okay, we're live at the film festival. We're on the red carpet. We can't wait. And it's really exciting, and everyone's here, and we're excited.
It's really great. There's a lot of excitement happening, and
We need to turn around, though, because
yeah,
I think there's
people
something
coming. Okay. Yes.
We're from the SBMS Teen Press. We're covering the film festival. We watched your movie at our school, and congratulations on
Thank you very much.
nomination.
Hey, I like that tie, man.
Thank you very much.
Did you tie that yourself?
My mom did it. So,
I use clip-ons myself when it's a bow tie.
we were wondering, like, what kids in our generation can do, like, just to help, like, give us some homework. Like, what can we do to help?
Yeah, number one, learn about it, okay? When I was your age, we had a thing called the Civil Rights Revolution, and it was a moral issue. And young people, same age as you are now, learned enough about it that they felt courageous enough to confront older people and say, okay, now this seems really wrong to me, having segregation on the basis of race, so please explain to me why this isn't morally wrong. And they could not explain it. And when they couldn't explain it when they couldn't give you a good answer, that's when the laws started to change. So you guys need to do that about the climate crisis now. You understand what I'm saying?
I think it needs to get bigger. I think we need to keep going.
You're exactly right. We're same, okay? It's moving, it's in the right direction, but it needs to get a lot bigger still. Absolutely. That's where you come in.
Right, absolutely.
The earnest questions, the research questions got them hooked. They started steering folks who are coming down the red carpet. No, you have to come back and talk to these guys.
That's a very good question.
All of a sudden, we had to go, okay, what's next? All the stories aren't just at the film festival. There's stories all over the place. Maybe we should go see if we can go find those.
Hi, this is Graham and Kendall. Yep, reported from Cal Halla Preschool. I get up at 6.
And it just started to snowball. People were calling us saying, would you come to this? Would you come to this? We'll save you a spot in the red carpet. And so now the teen press has a reputation that precedes them.
What's one virtue that you believe that our generation needs to learn that can't be taught in schools?
I think, if you step back and take a long-term view, then in terms of who you associate with, your integrity, how you handle your debts, a lot of those things, the answers become obvious if you take that view of, okay, how do you want to be thought of 20 years from now?
Your being the girl on fire has inspired many people, and we read you just met a real girl on fire who inspired you. Could you tell us a little bit about her?
I met her when I was shooting the first movie. She was an extra in our movie, and she had scars all over her from she was burned when she was very young, and she told me that that she's no longer she's proud to be called the girl on fire now, and that was probably the first time that I actually felt like my job meant anything in my life.
Teen Press goes through 3 teams a year. We are looking for kids who are responsible, but also are very sort of self-motivated. That's a flexible definition when you're talking about 6th and 7th graders, but we really need kids who can work.
So we've got 28 people. We get to choose 8. We have 71 people in the whole 6th and 7th grade. So we have a third.
Proportions.
We have a third of our 6th and 7th graders want to be in the Teen Press.
All right, here's another guy.
His application's in. He's okay with all the teachers. Let's see what his application looks like. I think I know how Nico's going to come up off the screen because we've seen him do his work before. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got.
The United States of America is by far the biggest superpower in the world. Yet, we are ranked number 30 in the world in math, and number 20 in the world in reading. Why is that? The United States is probably the largest economy in the world. Why are we ranked so low when it comes to education? Who should be held accountable?
Go get him. Arnie Duncan is scared. He is scared now.
Yeah, we should send that.
Okay.
Well, we whittled away 11. We're at 17. So how much is this gonna hurt?
We're in a day and age where every kid thinks that they deserve a medal, even if they don't show up. This is one of the few things at our school that we choose kids, which makes our deal of choosing a much bigger problem.
I'm Tatum Levine. I'm 12, and I'm in 7th grade.
I'm Ben Cartagena. I'm 11 years old, and I am in 6th grade.
My name's Finian. I'm in 7th grade, and I'm 12. I'm Sophia Di Padova. I am in 7th grade, and I am 12.
I am Nico Christou. I am 11 years old, and I'm in 6th grade. Well, the first time I heard about Teen Press was the first quarter. And I looked at them and I was like, Teen Press, huh? And, I read the description and I was like, this sounds pretty cool. Why not? I'll go for it.
My name is Alexis. And everyone says I ask too many questions just because I wonder about too many things.
My name is Jaden Francis. I am in 7th grade and I'm 12 years old. Over the days before, I kept preparing and saying, like I probably wouldn't get in. When I did get the email, first I just stared at it for a couple seconds, and then I went over and started jumping up and down and telling my parents that I got in.
I'm Ella Kinley. I signed up because it seemed like an amazing opportunity, and I'd never done journalism before, and it just seemed like something interesting.
Every time there's a new group, there are a couple of challenges. The biggest challenge is to get them to trust each other.
I'm not that good at meeting people at first. I don't have that much of self-confidence, so I kind of just hide every single emotion with lots of sarcasm. Yeah, I wanted to ask her.
I mean, it's awkward when you're like, you know, nice to meet you, and you're looking like straight into somebody's eyes. I mean, especially like our age, we don't, like when we meet a new friend, it's not like, nice to meet you.
There's always that one kid who messes up so much they can't get it right, so they just move on to the next person. That was me.
The research is, in some ways, the hardest part. It takes the longest, just getting down to the right articles that really have something that you want to talk to them about and not just what's their celebrity status.
You're trying to find things that mean something to that person. That's different than, you know, trying to sneak in their room and get their autograph. That's not what we're doing.
When somebody asks, how did you know that about me? It's a little weird, you know, I kind of feel like a stalker a little bit. It's cool because they know that you researched them and you actually care about the interview.
We did find this one website called White Pages. It said type in this person's name, and so we did, and then it took us to like where they live and stuff. So I think that kind of felt like a stalker. But, I mean, not really.
So, phone calls today, first. Then once we find out what our phone calls are, then we're gonna start researching the people who we found out from that phone call that we're gonna have an interview with, and then we're gonna write questions.
Hi, this is Jaden from the Santa Barbara Middle School Team Press.
Hi, Jaden. How are you? How can I help you? This is Anne at Typer.
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
I was calling to confirm an interview with Christian on the 29th. Sorry we couldn't get back to you sooner. I just got back from vacation.
How about, will Friday the 23rd be enough time?
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Okay, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
All right, have a good weekend.
I will. Bye.
Bye.
Same to you.
Take care.
All right.
Yo, the first call, right there.
Yes. That was really nerve-wracking.
People still believe, even after, you know, half a dozen years and 25 teams, that what Teen Press does is that they interview entertainment celebrities, cultural icons. Sometimes you have to go swing it way the opposite way to get people's attention to go, wait a minute, yeah, they really don't just do that.
For Team 26, we decided to do basically business and government. And we went to a couple of great centers for that, San Francisco and DC.
When we do film festivals, we often get red carpet, 2 and 3 questions. And that's a different kind of relationship. When you can sit down with someone for a half hour, 45 minutes, it's wonderfully more difficult. For a 12-year-old, what would you do with an hour? What would you ask?
Ow, frick. Our last question is, on the way out to San Francisco, the van ride was just chaotic. You know, I'm surprised John and David didn't, like, go crazy because there's lots of talking.
Oh, come on, any parent knows, I think, although I don't know now because everyone's got their screen and their headphones and everyone's on a different channel. But when my family of 6 was driving in the family station wagon, my dad really got worried when it got really quiet. What typically happens in a van ride, first hour and a half is play and music and stuff like that, and we get a half hour away or 40 minutes away. Okay, boom, change personas. You're gonna play who we're gonna interview, and we're gonna practice those questions, and that's what we do rolling into the place where we're gonna be next.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Ella.
And we're from the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press, and we're here at the California State Capitol in Sacramento. Who are we going to interview? We're
we're going to interview the Lieutenant Governor of California, Gavin Newsom.
Cool, let's go.
I'm Ella.
And I'm Ben.
And we're with from the Santa Barbara Middle School Team Press here with
Gavin Newsom, Lieutenant Governor of California. Proud to be here with you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Good to see you, sir. Good.
So
I'm nervous. I mean, you've written some questions out. I haven't had a chance to review them, so this is where you get in trouble in politics. You just casually come in, and then all of a sudden you say the wrong thing.
You know when you've asked a good question that they kind of stop and go,
Right.
So our school's theme is the power of story, yours, mine, and ours. Tell us about an important story of yours when you were my age.
Wow, your age. You know what? I mean, true story. So I had just started playing baseball, minor leagues, little league called minor leagues. And a guy named Maurice Bigden, who's still around, struck me out 3 times in one game. Embarrassing, right? 3 times in one game. It was humiliating. My mother was a single mom, raising me and my sister. She wasn't at the game because she was working. She literally she had a full-time job, and then she was 4 days a week as a waitress at night. So she missed the game, and I came home crying and miserable, devastated. The next day, she brought me out on the same baseball field, Joe Wagner Field in Larkspur, California. And she was young. She was 18 when she was pregnant with me, 19 when she had me. So she was young, and so really a great athlete. And she pitched to me, just the 2 of us on the same diamond, for seemed like an eternity for me until I was wiped out an hour or 2. True story. I'm not making this up. A few months later, maybe it's a few weeks, Maurice Bigden was pitching again, and 2 things. I remember it like it was yesterday. But I ended up, true story, hitting a home run off Maurice.
So what advice would you give to yourself in the past?
Oh, I love that question. You know what advice I took everything so hard, so personally when I was your age. It was just hard. I wasn't smart enough. I was like, just everything I was like wound up. I was stressed. I was anxious and stressed, and I was insecure. And if I can go back, I'd want to just sit me down, and I'd look me in the face, and I'd say, relax, just relax.
So if you taught your old self how to relax, do you think you would have been somewhere else?
Oh, yeah. No, I'd be, for sure across the hall as governor, no question. No, I know.
You're talking to like a politician.
Yeah.
And you're a kid. Why is that? I mean, how is that interesting to you?
Well, because we don't actually really talk to him about politics.
I'm Nico.
And I'm Ben.
And we're from the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press, and we're here with
Congressman John Lewis of Georgia.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Good to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, sir. But Dr. King kept saying over and over again, you can be what you want to be. You must never give up. You must never give in. And that all of us, each one of us, can do something good. He taught me the way of peace, the way of love, the way of nonviolence.
My biggest fear is when I see people see a possibility and they don't pursue it, whether it's in education or in business or anything, and they go, well, that's just because the system is the way it is. That scares me. But as long as these kids come in and they skip in and they look at the sky and they look out the window and they try these different things, I don't think there's any way to avoid that inspiration to go, well, what can we do with these possibilities? I'm really excited about this one because I think that that Nico's family story ties in with Christian's story, and I'm really looking forward to this because I think we need some more rags to riches stories to inspire people that the American dream's still alive. So let's see what happens.
I did an interview with Christian George. He is a CEO for Tidemark,
which is a software company. M&M's, jelly beans, chocolate-covered raisins.
Lifesavers.
The healthy stuff and lifesavers.
Hey, John. How are you? I'm Christian.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
We're excited about this. Nice to meet you. All right.
What's up,
These are the guys right here. I work for them, right?
Oh, goodness.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Christian.
Nice to meet
Very
you.
nice to meet you as well.
Yeah.
You're Nikos, right?
Yes.
So, how can I, where should we start?
So people say there are no rags to riches American dream stories anymore. What do you say to that?
That there are no rags to riches?
Yeah.
Oh, rags to riches. Well, first of all, I didn't even know English when I first decided to come to America. So all I knew is I wanted to be free. Freedom was always at the core of everything. Still is.
How does it make you feel that some people in the United States don't appreciate freedom and they don't appreciate education?
Well, we just have to help them. We have to help them. We have to help them see that, and we have to maybe they haven't had a chance to see what that can really do. So here's one of the things that we used to do. This is myself and my brother. We look a little bit thin. We're hungry.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we do to eat, you go fish. I like to look at their eyes all the time because they just tell me that they're happy and truthful. This was a very, very tough time. This is when I decided to leave the country, not telling anybody. And this is my favorite picture. I kept it all. This is 2 weeks before escaping. Nobody knew about me. You can probably tell it in my eyes, huh? A little bit.
Yeah.
So someone took this picture.
He was like, I've never met anybody that interesting except for my dad like that before. And then he had that heart as well, like my dad. And he came from communist Romania with $26 in his pocket. My dad came from a country that was in the middle of a war with $100 in his pocket. You know, similar stories. He wasn't phony, he wasn't flaky, he was just a cool guy. That's something that really inspires me. I love when people come from something like nothing and they turn it into something that just hits my heart.
Most people would say that 12 and 13-year-old kids don't get those bigger metaphors and symbolism. I completely disagree. Another group's in Sacramento today, so they're fighting traffic on their way back now, probably.
I realized these are just people. These aren't these high and mighty beings from another planet. These are just people that we're talking with.
We interviewed Yvonne Chouinard, the CEO of Patagonia, who founded the company.
We drove down to like his little shack in Ventura.
Patagonia is so like stylish that what he was wearing wasn't stylish. So it was kind of like, you're the head of Patagonia?
He was really short, and I thought that he'd be taller. So I've taken blacksmithing before this summer, and I really enjoyed it.
Blacksmithing?
Yeah.
Where do you do that?
I go to summer camp in
Yeah?
the Adirondacks. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
So our generation has stopped using blacksmithing as like a tool. Do you think that blacksmithing will ever be popular again?
Well, I can tell you, a lot of kids ask me what they should be studying so they get a good job, in the future. I tell them, don't study international marketing or computer science, because that's what everybody's studying. And there's going to be a huge competition for those jobs. So you want to get a job? Learn blacksmithing. You can go to Vail, Colorado, or Aspen, or any ski area where you got a bunch of rich people building trophy houses. You get a job immediately. Or be a plumber. Make $45 an hour. You'll get a job immediately. That's the problem with, I think, the educational system, is that it's just trying to crank out people who are going to stare at a computer all day long. I told my kids I didn't care what they were going to do in their lives. but they had to learn a craft with their hands. My father was an electrician, plumber, carpenter, mason to build a whole house. He helped me redo a chicken coop in Burbank. We had a little chicken coop in the back, and he helped me rebuild it so that was my first blacksmith shop. So, you know, he was a hard guy, and he was an alcoholic, and you know, but I think he was pretty proud of what I was doing. As far as climbing goes, they were sitting watching television one day, and on the news, there's a helicopter going by the face of El Capitan, and there were 4 guys up there hanging in hammocks, 2,000 feet up, and one of them was their son. They thought climbing was backpacking. They didn't realize how extreme it was. And we were hanging from all the gear that I made. I learned a long time ago that if you want to be a winner, invent your own sports. That's the way to do it. And this right in here.
He was by far my favorite interview ever. It was different than I imagined him. I thought that he would be like kind of like a hard person because like he's been in business for so long.
You get friendly, huh? Look at that. And then he finishes them.
I think the most valuable thing that I've learned with Team Press is now I know how to really stay engaged and listen to someone and know what to say next.
About to say, what's the big deal? You really think this is my first cup of coffee? Life is full of extraordinary opportunities, and this time on Earth is their time to go and seize those opportunities. What's an archetype? We all try to become adults soon enough. And then we end up there and we go, how can I get back to being a kid again?
When Teen Press 26 ends, I'll know that we've created something that is unimaginable because of the interviews we've done together.
I'm taking away from Teen Press more confidence, but also a power that you feel like you can speak to people that normally you feel like you don't have the authority to speak to.
Once these kids know that they can try something and do something and succeed at something, they think that they can do anything, and they usually can't.
Teaching's about what you get to do, not what you have to do. Find out what you're about, find out what your passion is, and before you go into your classroom, be thinking of some ways to share that with your kids. Because anybody can teach math, anybody can teach science, anybody can teach English or history or chemistry, but no one can teach it the way you can.
I think I learned that I actually have a story as well. I don't think I really realized that before now. I don't think I realized I had anything to say. But I feel like after seeing all these different people who have something to say, I feel like I have something to say about my life and myself as well.
Dance in my glow. It's always in my head. Can never get enough. That's all I'm feeling left. Late nights sitting under starlight, searching for the meaning and the beauty that we see. Come bathe in the glow. never get enough. That summer feeling rough. Ooh, me and my friends dancing till we drop, and the good times don't stop.